Hello, viewers. My name is VIDELIZ NJOKI, and my sign name is a Q on the forehead. Welcome to the Voice Show, where we share different stories to educate. Our aim is to educate, to create awareness to all the viewers who are watching, because we want to see a different view when you see a different topic. But for now, let's first introduce our guest, our handsome man. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Kindly introduce yourself and tell us more about yourself.
Thank you very much, VIDELIZ. My name is Daniel Maina, and that is my sign name. I work at Kenyatta Hospital, but I was born a deaf person.
Now, you've seen our handsome man, and you're shocked that he's deaf, and that is his sign name. It's okay. So now, were you born deaf? So kindly, are you the only deaf person in your family, or you have other siblings? Oh, did you become sick, or you just born?
Okay, thank you. I was born deaf. My mother told me when I was in the womb, I was born as a normal person, but I don't know what happened. Mother saw when I was about 2 or 3 years. They went to hospital, and then the doctor told them that I'm deaf. He was not infected. Mother didn't know. We were living in Nakuru. We were near deaf people. My father was working in a government facility. We had a lot of deaf school around. So that is how my father took me to a deaf school. And I grew up in a deaf school.
So, you mean that you're the first deaf person in your family? So was your mother shocked when she heard that you're deaf?
My mother didn't worry. Maybe in the family, we had a deaf, but it was just a God-given gift.
So you mean that you have other deaf members in your family?
Yes. Our third one in our family, I'm a third born in our family. Our firstborn, secondborn are hearing, but we have 3 other deaf people in our family. We are equal, three deaf and 3 hearing. We have 2 girls who are deaf and 2 girls who are hearing. 1 boy who is deaf and 1 boy who is hearing. So it's just a family dynamic, but we are all 6. A family of 6.
Okay. You say that you have you have 3 siblings who are deaf, and also 3 siblings who are hearing. So now that is that you're equal or something?
No. My families are not really interested in sign language. Most of the time they use mouth, they use lip reading, but it's not that clear, but it's just once. But my family understand. My 3 sisters who are deaf, they can mouth really well, and they can lip read very well. But my mother, she's not really interested in sign language, and also my brothers.
So how about the 3 brothers and the 2 sisters that you have? Can they sign?
Yes. My 2 sisters who are deaf, they can sign really well, but my brother doesn't really know how to sign. My last born sister knows how to finger spell, and that's it.
So I'm asking that because you've seen that when you grew up, you had a brother and sister rival, and also competition. And so how was life? How you when you were with your 3 siblings who are here and 2 sisters who are deaf? How was life when you were growing up?
The challenges were there. we had some quarrels and conflict, a little bit, just some siblings conflict. Our firstborn.
Oh, wow.
Later, we became connected after the rival, but I support my sister, and I make things comfortable.
Okay. So say that growing up at the age of 3 years, your parents now realized that you're deaf, and they took you to a deaf school. So how was life in a deaf school growing up in a deaf community?
When my mother became pregnant, she was part of the deaf community. When I went into primary school, I grew up. I thought my father was a chairman at PTA. He was chairman of PTA in the deaf school. So when I was growing up in class from nursery to class 8, I finished class 8, and then I went to high school in Karen High School, and then I went to college where I learned. When I was in a mixed school with other students, I studied.
It's in me.
I studied in Zambia. I learned in Zambia with a hearing aid.
And okay, I see that your life was so smooth because you joined a deaf school. Now, and also your parents had already interacted with the deaf community, and they were really aware because you said that your father was a PTA. Yeah. So your family knew everything about the deaf community, right? But my concern is one. So when your father was a PTA in school, so that means in primary in high school you never had any challenges, right? So what made your parents to lose the interest, right? Because they represent other deaf children, but they learned the interest to learn sign language. So now imagine the situation where a parent is representing a deaf child, right? And then he goes to school and the parents has a concern on, so how will they interact with the teacher or the parent?
Honestly, previously, my parents didn't know about sign language. When I was a child, I was really stuck in communication. For me, when growing up with my parents, I was always using the mouth and lip reading, and the words, some writings, so that is how we had the communication with my parents. But my parents need more. They learned sign language, but they really didn't take much focus on communicating and really learning to be very skillful about sign language. So when I was expressing myself, my parents knew more about that.
Last viewers, you know what is next. Let's have a short break and we'll be back soon. Welcome back to the Voice Show on Science TV. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, that is on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and also Instagram. So you'll get all the stories that we share every week, and also on your TVs on Friday at 8:30. And also it repeats. The show is on Friday and repeat is on Sunday at 8 p.m. on Science TV, The Voice Show. Welcome back. And let's continue with our story. Because for our guest, he has said that he had a smooth life growing up because in his family, he has two siblings who are deaf and he has 3 siblings who are hearing. So that makes them 3 deaf and 3 hearing. So now you work as a hearing aid technician. So why did you choose the field?
Okay, thank you for that question. I work in Kenyatta Hospital for 20 years. For the past 20 years, I have experience of 20 years.
20 years. 20 years. You've had that clearly. 20 years. And not 2 years, but 20 years.
Yes. I've worked as ENT and audiologist. As an audiologist assistant, when the doctor is doing the scanning, I'm doing the reporting. I have that experience. I worked for people who have lost hearing, who came for audiology and hearing aid, who want to get to regain their voice back, and also for children and parents who brought their children. Many parents who are not who hasn't accepted fully that a person is deaf. For example, in Kenyatta, when a parent who feels comfortable and confident about that, they explain it about it.
So when a parent comes with a child, that's shocked because they're served by a deaf person, so they feel they have hope, right? So what are the challenges that you faced as a deaf person in your workplace and also in your family?
I don't face very many challenges in my workplace. I work with hearing people. For example, in the area of communication, that is where the challenge comes in. But I use a written communication with people who we haven't had an experience for a long time. They understand my communication. That is how I communicate with them. And also, as a teens, when a person who is probably very old, we cannot communicate because the communication is stuck and they don't really understand my language. But for someone who is, for that person, I come with an interpreter so that they can understand exactly what I do. Especially for audiology, the communication is very key. So I ask the interpreter to explain, and then we continue with the work. The report and the forms, you give it to the doctor, and then they explain it to the patient.
So that means that you have a doctor, and at the same time you have an interpreter.
But the doctors,
so
yeah, the doctors are the nurses. Yes, they don't know. They know sign language, but not really very qualified. But for the audiologist, we work together with a nurse that really understands sign language, and for them, communication will be easier.
Okay. So the radiologists, when you start in communication, so anytime you're serving a deaf, so anytime you have an old person or a parent come in, so if you communicate and they don't understand, you call the doctor to come to explain it clearly, right? So how about the challenges you face as a family man?
I don't have challenges in my family. My family is just normal.
I've remembered something. Condon, you say that you worked for 20 years, right? So I believe that in those 20 years, you got married. Did you marry or you're not yet married?
Thank you, VIDELIZ, for that question. For reminding me that question. I'm married with 3 children.
Sorry.
I'm married with 3 children. My wife is a deaf person, is a teacher.
She said that he is married to a girl. So, for people who want to join the world of marriage, this world of making families, and you know the weather for 2 right now. So, kindly tell us, kindly advise people who want. You've said that you have 3 children. So how
I've
long
been
have
married
you
for
married?
17 years.
17 years. Is it 17? Is it 17 years? Okay. So how is that marriage life? And also, how does it feel? And also give us a reason why you married a deaf.
When I entered in the world of deaf, I interacted more with the deaf people. The hearing were there, but it was easy for me to generate interest, and I married a deaf. Deaf, we can't communicate easily, and we can understand each other. We are in sync, and we can grow strong in marriage.
We're missing something. 17 good years. How is married life? Let me repeat that.
Marriage life, it's perfect, but it's not 100%. Life is normal. Marriage life is beautiful. We enjoy, but we communicate well. We are equal, and we are good.
What made you to last long in marriage? Because today's world, we guess that there was only 2 years, 1 year in marriage, then they divorce. Because we get statistics that 50% of marriages right now are divorcee. So what has made you last for 17 years in marriage? Because if you've seen a person who have been married for a long period of time, you get that it's 5 years. So what are the consequences that are leading to divorce in today?
The important thing in marriage is to know more about the area of church and Christianity. Yes, Christianity, that really helps in marriage. The church makes you to know one another better and to know the problem and how you can sit down and solve the problem and communicate the problem and to really vocalize your problem and solve it and continue with life. If the problem is there, we have to understand and how to communicate and not to really take it far.
All the children are deaf. No, are your children deaf or hearing?
All my children are hearing, and my children can sign.
They can't.
Very good, very well.
I believe, and also you viewers, you also have questions to ask him. He has brothers and he has sisters who are deaf. He has 2 sisters who are deaf. Himself is deaf. Then he has 3 other siblings who are hearing. So now you expected that because he married a deaf, then there is a possibility of giving birth to deaf children. But now he got married to a deaf lady, but all his kids are hearing, and at the same time they're good in signing. But I want to say something. Before we come to the end of this show, do you have any message you will want to tell all people who are watching? But maybe they have children who are deaf and they don't know what to do. And number 2, maybe they are deaf or hearing and they want to marry deaf and they don't know what steps to take. Thirdly, at the same time, for example, my generation, we have children or brothers who are deaf. Now I'm worried. When I get married, will I give birth to children who are deaf? Kindly, your last words.
Okay. I want to say 2 things. 1, many parents out there, I want to inform the parents who have children who are deaf not to neglect them and not to make them at home. Please bring them out and support them. My parents really supported me. We have 3 siblings, and also my wife is a deaf person. So I need you parents to care for your children and support them and make sure they grow up well. The second thing in marriage, people need to know more about the deaf people and the deaf marriage. So my heart is in marriage for the deaf people. I can encourage people to make sure to connect and really continue well with life.
You've written the second message. So in the word, let's meet in the next show. Bye.